Coming to you live from Fort Moultrie Memorial Stadium in Charleston, South Carolina. We got the Fort Worth Toros at 3-5 coming in to take on the Charleston Predators, also at 3-5. This is the first ever meeting between these two teams, and joining me in the broadcast booth for tonight is Dan Mitchell. Dan, how are you doing tonight?
I am doing great, Jeff.
What are some of the keys and some of the interesting matchup, some of the things you're looking forward to in the matchup tonight?
Well, when you're coming out here, as you said, both teams 3-5. Both teams coming off a loss. Fort Worth versus the Lone Star Glory, and Charleston loss versus Denver. You know, we were talking about earlier, Fort Worth 1-3 away. Charleston 1-3 at home. These two teams matching up face to face, it seems to be in stats, but I'm expecting some crazy things out of them. Off the arm of TD Drew and on the ground of Keith Swearingen. Really, Charleston has a pretty well-developed and balanced offense coming out here. Hoping to see what they come out here. Fort Worth, on the other hand, you got some high-flying Xander Gold going crazy. I'm hoping to see him go far. When you got great targets such as Stephen Hacker and Robert Garrett Jr. coming out of Fort Worth, we could see something special.
What is going to happen? It's all going to take place in just a matter of moments as we're getting set for kickoff, when what's going to happen is going to play out live in front of you guys. So Jeff Melanish and Dan Mitchell calling this one, and we are going to get this one kicked off and underway. Amanda Moyer has the ball on the tee. She's getting her hand in the air. It's down, and away we go from Charleston, South Carolina. Fort Worth will receive the kickoff, and it'll be Need in the end zone and brought out to the 20. And that is where we will see for the first time Xander Gold in this matchup. He's the Fort Worth Toros quarterback in his 5th season. The rest of the starters, Jason Williams, the halfback, the fullback, Chris Komisek, the receiving core, Cade Stevens, Stephen Hacker, and Cameron Curtis, the tight end, Robert Garrett Jr. coming over from London, and then the guard, Bodacious Tuff. The Gold under center, handoff to Williams, nice hole up the middle, and he'll pick up a gain of 6. Up to the 26-yard line, and now the starters on defense for Charleston, the defensive line of Dick Baker, Jeff Hollywood, Joseph Saboka, linebacking core of Jack Hoffman and Jack Brown, and Tommy Zanardi. Cornerbacks are Johnny Bravo and Corey Menner, and then the safeties, Josh Reese, Zachary Bates, and Zach Lay. 2nd down and 4 at the Fort Worth 26-yard line. Xander Gold under center. Handoff to Jason Williams, tries to do a spin move, but he is going to be wrestled down and tackled on the play by number 45, Jack Hoffman.
Good adaptation by Charleston's line. You saw they were in their 4-3 setup, shifted to the top of your screen, but then pulled down when the stretch play went out. Perfect way to adapt and counter that.
And 3rd down and 2. Forward looking to convert the first 3rd down of the game as Xander Gold is under center. He drops back, pockets clean, firing in, and the pass is going to be caught. And what a play. 1st down conversion, or the 3rd down conversion, and Robert Garrett Jr. with the reception.
Making that conversion, and then a bit extra right there, Jeff. Flying on the arm of Xander Gold with 1,867 yards this season. Just a 1st down wasn't enough for him.
And that's a 16-yard reception for Robert Garrett Jr. and a handoff to Williams trying to go up the middle. And that's going to be hit for no gain on the play. And the tackle on the play by number 54, Joseph Saboka.
Saboka coming out, 21 total tackles, not that much, but 7 sacks in total. Man will get there. So if you come up the middle, you got to watch out.
Yeah, having a strong campaign is Joseph Saboka. One of the bright spots on the Charleston defense, along with the 2 jacks in the linebacking core, and a handoff here, and another no gain on the play. They're going to say about 2 yards, so 3rd down and 9 upcoming, but Jason Williams not able to get anything going here thus far.
Yeah, Charleston is just throwing down hands with this running offense, not letting them go anywhere. See what happens on the arm of Xander Gold if they attempt it on this 3rd and 9.
Fort Worth, they're averaging 15 points per game on the road, but they're giving up 21.5 points per game. Charleston 1-3 at home, like mentioned earlier. As Xander Gold will fire it out. Pass is going to be caught on the sidelines. And they're moving on a great drive here from Xander Gold as Stephen Hacker with the reception.
Yeah, but they have to end up that drive there as they're 4-2 unless they're taking a really early risk. Great corner route right there by Steven coming out where no one really can get him. Covered pretty much by 2, but that 7-yard gain corner wasn't enough when you're 9 down. So
And
now we see. Oh, go ahead.
with that reception of 8 yards, Stephen Hacker now passes junior senior the third for 38th all time in receiving yards. Moving up the ladder here, Stephen Hacker. So 4th down and 2, and it looks like they're going to go for it here, or this is just going to try to get him off sides, and they did! And a handoff to Williams up the middle, and he's got the 1st down, but they'll take the penalty and get that free 5.
Wow, Jeff, sometimes we see it, you're on the 4th down. They like to play that game where they're just going to call a timeout if no one jumps. But not Fort Worth, Charleston was willing to jump and jump early too. That wasn't even like, cutting down the clock. That was, first 3-second jump. Got the free play, ending up with the 1st down. That went all Fort Worth all the way.
And that's the second seasoned veteran Jeff Hollywood jumping off sides. And we saw that a lot. I don't know if you watched any of the earlier games, but even when the game I was calling in Las Vegas, there was a lot of offsides and neutral zone infractions in that game as well. So here, Charleston getting a little happy feet on the defensive line, and Jason Williams going up the middle. He's going to be wrestled down and tackled. Only a pickup of 1 on the play as Tommy Zanardi getting in there on the tackle.
Yeah, Williams, who averages 4.4 yards a carry, normally is being shut down. I think they're definitely going to have to throw more on the Armors and a goal unless Williams can really get something going.
2nd down and 9. Alexander Gold empty set under center. He's going to fire this one out to the left. Pass is going to be caught on the sidelines. Only a pickup of 2 on the play.
Yeah, Charleston was really pulling to man coverage on all the receivers. I think they knew Xander would have to shift a throw, and just with how Williams is going, so they adapted to it. They did it real well and then forced a quick corner route out there that didn't without much gain.
So Cade Stevens with the reception. Everybody has a reception for the Fort Worth Toros except for Stephen Hacker. 3rd down and 6, and the pass is going to be thrown out looking for Stephen Hacker, but falls incomplete. Sorry about that. I got Cameron Curtis and Hacker mixed up. So Cameron Curtis was the one with the 8-yard reception. So Hacker still at 40th all-time in receiving yards.
Yeah, that right there looked like Xander Gold kind of went for a sidearm, Jeff. I don't know if you think you saw a sidearm, but I thought I did, and throwing a little off too.
Trying to get the flick of the wrist out there that we saw a lot we saw that a lot with the quarterbacks in the minor leagues, and just didn't work out there for the veteran Alexander Gold, and we'll have to settle for the field goal attempt from Taco Sicario. The kick is away, and it's through the uprights and good from 43 yards out. As Taco celebrates on the turf of Charleston, and they get the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, interesting drive Fort Worth came out starting with. They kind of got lucky and ended up in a scoring drive, Jeff. They pulled that offsides on the 4th down without having to even waste a timeout. So now they're up 3 off what probably should have been a dead drive. I mean, it was kind of just off the Armors and a goal with a few skilled, but interesting throws.
It was, and it came to an 11-play, 54-yard drive. They were helped out with that penalty, though, on 4th down, so you could chalk that up as a big play for Fort Worth. And the return out here, great return for Charleston. And they're going to be set up in good field position as Lance DeLake with the return up to the 26-yard line.
Yeah, when I saw that little spin move he did flipping around, I didn't get a good look at who it was, but flipped around one player. I really thought he was going at least a good bit, at least 10 more yards, but he got brought down by some more special teams.
TD Drew sets up under center on the first drive of the game for Charleston, dropping back. Pockets clean, taking a shot in the middle of the field. Pass is going to be caught by Ken Macaro up to the 47-yard line. Big pitch and catch here to start the game for the Charleston Predators, and we'll go through the rest of the starters. On offense, Keith Swearigan, the halfback, he's a wily veteran as well. Ken Macaro, also in his 5th season. Buchanan Simons, also in his 5th season. Lyric Da Vinci, the tight end. Jay Taylor, the tight end. And then the tackle, Fred Dukes and Butch Menner. Here, 1st down and 10 from the 47-yard line. Drew under center. Swearigan lined up offset in the backfield. Simons and Macaro, the receivers, out wide. Firing it to the tight end. Pass is going to be caught, and that's Jay Taylor with the reception. And Charleston already down to the Fort Worth 38-yard line on 2 plays.
Yeah, Fort Worth was, grinding and punching and kicking for every yard they could pick up. Charleston just kind of have a walk in the park, at least in this first drive. First down. It just kind of open. It seems Fort Worth's defense is really trying to put pressure on TD Drew. But the flip side of that just leaves the back end open.
Drew, long step back, pocket collapsing, and down goes TD Drew for the first sack of the ball game.
Yeah, that right there is really what Fort Worth has been trying to do. It kind of burned them the first 2 plays, but this time you see what's supposed to happen. They're really trying to put the pressure right there on TD Drew, at least just make him throw a raw ball. But this time, he saw the opportunity, came right in, and just sacked him instead. Now 2nd and 18, pushing Charleston back a good bit.
Catherine Horrell will get credited with the sack, and that's her 9th sack. Coming in, she was at 8, and that was 5th in the SFL. Moving up the ranks as well. Throwing it out wide, and the pass is going to be caught by Macaro as he turns upfield. It's going to be 3rd down and 6, and we'll get the starters for the Fort Worth Toros on defense. Defensive line of Joey Schwint, Gary Marks, Catherine Horrell, and Musafa Kamau. The linebacking core of David Horrell, J.L. Browning, E.K. Vincent, secondary of Aiden Davis, Nacho Sicario, Ben Stone, Jonathan Taylor Sconsing, and Delaney Nash. 3rd down and 6. Drew, we're firing it out wide. The pass is going to be caught by Simons, but he's going to be 1 yard short.
Wow, Jeff, what turned into it looked like just an oppressive opening drive out of Charleston. A single sack happens, and they just really can't get anything going past that. They're at Fort Worth's 29. Field goal range, a little far. See if they go for it. Amanda Moyer has been perfect this season so far.
And they're going to try for an Amanda Moyer field goal, looking to tie this game up at 3. She kicks the ball through the air, and it is good from 46 yards out, and so we are all knotted up at 3.
Moyer staying 17-17. That was an impressive thing. She just kicked 46 yards out there. That's when you know you can rely on the back of your kicker, and it pays off for Charleston. Game's all tied up. What an interesting 2 drives we've had, Jeff.
Both teams making use of their first drives and getting points on the board. And we're all knotted up at 3-3. As the kick is away from Amanda Moyer to get this game underway. 6-play, 44-yard drive resulted in the field goal from Amanda Moyer. And bringing the ball out and trying to get something going on the return game up to the 21-yard line is Cameron Curtis.
Yeah, that drive alone, TD Drew had 52 yards on 4 completions. Not once did they hand it off to their halfback, Keith Swearingen, just preying on the arm of TD Drew, and it worked out for him.
Xander Gold under center, full house backfield behind him. Jason Williams is in the backfield as well, and he'll get the handoff. He's breaking out of tackles. He's still on his feet, picking up a gain of 4 on the play. And then finally being wrestled down by Corey Menner.
Yeah, that was Williams' effort all the way right there. Charleston was really pressing the line, expecting that run play coming out. But Williams still managing to pick up 4, which is a good number. Definitely if you can keep doing it.
So Fort Worth, we said 1-3. The 1 win came on the road in week 2 against St. Louis, winning 14-0. As Williams with another carry, he's got a huge hole, and he will get enough for the first down and up to the 35-yard line before being tackled.
Yeah, Williams, who before this game had 737 yards, looking to improve on that quite a bit with a big breakaway pretty much down the middle, right through the B slot, and really just gets stuffed up by the secondary. Looks like Fort Worth got some ground going. Let's see if they put it on the air on Xander Gold as well.
Xander Gold under center, still full house backfield, and a handoff to Williams yet again, and he will get wrestled down by Jack Brown before he picks up a gain of 4.
Yeah, it looked like the stretch was just pretty much uncovered. Once again, as you said, Jeff, another 4, and they're keeping this clock running. It's working out for Fort Worth. They're still on their own 39s, but they're just pounding dirt.
Looking to keep the drive alive. 2nd down and 6. Alexander Gold under center. Handoff to Williams going up the middle. He'll carry bodies with him. They're going to go hurry up here. That was a pickup of 3 on the play. Going to be 3rd down and 3. Might have seen something they liked on the Charleston defense. They'll hand it off, but again, they are going to read this one, and Charleston will get the stop on 3rd down.
Jeff, I don't know what they liked that they saw, but I didn't see much going on as they get tackled behind the line of scrimmage right there. Williams not able to keep the drive aligned on their own 41. Looks like they had, the spark of something going. I think they need to mix up their play, make it a bit more, maybe back and forth, at least throw a corner off Xander Gold's arm. Maybe something just to mix up the defense. Defense was just, they could stay sturdy and stay down the middle.
And they are 1 and 4 on 3rd down in this ball game so far as the punt is away. It's going to be returned by Lake up to the 21-yard line, but 3rd downs for Fort Worth. They're 16th in the SFL, converting at 49% and not starting out that thus far, not starting out well for them on 3rd down.
No, I mean, when you think about it, last time they got a conversion was on 4th down they went for it too, but off a free play. They really haven't done much on actual conversions.
1st down and 10 for Drew. He pump fakes, and down he goes yet again. The 2nd sack for the Fort Worth Toros defensive line, and what a play coming in. Gary Marks with the sack.
Yeah, that sack would bring him up to 6.5 sacks right now on the season. This defensive end and defensive tackles are just bringing the pain right now to all of that QB pocket.
2nd down and 13 from their own 18. Drew under center, short drop. He's going to fire this one out to the left. Pass is caught by Macaro. Turns upfield, but then steps out of bounds. 3rd down and 9, now up to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, Macaro coming out here and just kind of looked like he went slightly off to the side. 574 yards on the season. Quick, almost swing pass to your own receiver right there. And only a quick pickup of 2 with 3rd and 8. They got to put some pressure on TD Drew before he tries to chuck a long one.
Defense look like they're going to bring some pressure here. Oh, and they will get called for the neutral zone infraction. Free play for Drew. He fires it to Simons, enough for the 1st down. And they're going to keep this drive alive.
Yeah, both times it seems like teams have gone off sides to keep a drive alive. Now it's 1 and 1 on that end. But it works out. Charleston, see if they can even get a score on this drive as they've been putting pressure. Fort Worth's defense has definitely made TD Drew's life harder. Surprised they haven't even tried to give it to Swearingen at all yet. Maybe they're waiting for a secret weapon, but just something quick down the middle and dirty. Just to mix up Fort Worth's defense would probably be good.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they haven't used Swearingen at all, even something out of the backfield. And here they're going to go with Drew under center, Swearingen lined up in the backfield. Simons to the bottom of the formation, Macaro to the top. Drew dropping back. He's going to fire it to Macaro on that left sideline, and he is going to get the reception, pickup of 9 on the play before he's going to be pushed out of bounds. And Aiden Davis is giving him some sort of speech, but I don't know what he could be talking about because he's owning Aiden Davis thus far.
Yeah, Macaro, 44 on 4 catches, which is actually keeps his perfect 11 yards of reception he currently has on the season going. Interesting stat right there.
2nd down and 1 now up to their own 41-yard line. Drew taking the empty set shotgun snap. He's going to fire it to Simons down on the bottom of the formation. It's going to be caught and enough to move the chains yet again now to the 45. So just like that, Charleston, after that penalty by Fort Worth, they are moving this ball down the field.
Yeah, and they're keeping it on the outer routes, Jeff, which is stopping the clock. So you're seeing Fort Worth right now just burning the clock, and Charleston putting a constant stop to the clock. We got fire and ice going on, just a weird mesh.
And who you got, it was Charleston with 133 and Fort Worth with 49 people thinking that Fort Worth is going to win. So Charleston definitely getting the favor here from the who you got crew, as there goes Swearingen for the first carry of the game. And he drags bodies to pick up a 6 on the play. And that is going to do it for the end of the first quarter from Charleston, South Carolina. And we got a good one. 3-3 is your score. And we'll be back with the second quarter right after this. You're watching the SFL on YouTube. Back with the start of the second quarter. Jeff Melanish and Dan Mitchell live from Holt Moultrie Stadium in Charleston, South Carolina. Thanks to Tom Rahman and Rochelle Colston doing the stats for us in the stats truck. As Swearingen with the carry and gets enough for the first down. Now inside Fort Worth territory to the 42.
Yeah, they decided to finally hand it off to Swearingen. Last play of the first quarter. Now they hand it off to, again, leading to a first down. I mean, first pickup of 6 and then just an easy first down right there. Surprised they were handing it off to earlier, but maybe they're trying to keep in reserves just to throw Fort Worth off.
Drew will hand it off to Swearingen, and he's going to be hit and dropped close to the line of scrimmage. Coming up is E.K. Vinson with the tackle, and we all know what he can do. He's been one of the leaders of the Fort Worth Toros on the defensive side.
Yeah, if you're looking for someone to have to shut down on the defense, you try to either avoid or get around E.K. Vincent. 82 total tackles, 11 tackle for losses. He's a scary man on the defense.
Drew dropping back, and the lefty will chuck this one out to Macaro on the left sideline. And again, just like you mentioned, taking advantage of the out routes there, and Macaro with the reception, pick up a 5.
Yeah, I mean, these out routes seem like just the easy play for Charleston to really go for right now. It's not that they're not covered. They're just, they put enough practice and enough, consistency into them that it's just a nice, easy play that it won't have a huge gain, but it's enough where they'll probably pick up the first down and keep the drive going.
3rd down and 5. The linebackers for Fort Worth moving around, trying to give Drew a different look. Pressure in the middle in his face, and he has to throw it. Luckily, it wasn't intercepted and going the other way. And J.L. Browning will get credited with the deflection, and it's going to be 4th down and 5, and we'll see the punting unit come on.
Yeah, J.L. Browning with almost his first interception on the season, but instead turns into his 5th bat down. But, I mean, that was a scary play. D.D. Drew had some gold jerseys in his face, and he kind of just got rid of it, but that could have been a swift pick 6 right there.
If you're new to the Simulation Football League, you're watching the first controllerless esport where strategy and AI instead of thumbs determines the outcome as the punt goes into the end zone. Teams submit game plans prior to the simulation, and the results play out live in real time with hundreds of viewers turned players, scouts, coaches, and team owners on the field to create an all-new kind of virtual reality. Visit www.simulationfl.net for more information. As the punt goes into the end zone, the ball will come out to the 20, so Xander Gold will start under center. Williams offset behind him. Looks like Charleston's going to bring the heat. They do, but Williams goes up the middle, and he'll pick up a gain of 5 on the play, and they're going to go hurry up here, seeing something they liked against the Charleston defense. The last time they did this, they got stuffed on the next play. Handoff to Williams, as he will pick up 3 yards on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 2, and they're going to keep it going with the hurry up. Gold hurrying everybody back to the line. Handoff to Williams going up the middle. He's got enough for the first down to the 32. 1st down and 10, so a new set of downs for the Fort Worth Toros. Gold waiting for everybody to get set. Hands off to Williams, and he's going to be stuffed behind the line, and they're still going to hurry it up here as Jack Brown and Jack Hoffman being meeting in the backfield, getting that tackle for loss. And there goes Williams. He's got a hole for days, and it's going to be 3rd down and 4 up to the 38-yard line. 3rd down and 4. Can they convert and keep this drive alive, or is Charleston going to stop this? And there goes Williams. He's got enough for the first down. Finesses his way through the middle of the line there and gets enough for the first down now to the 45.
Finally giving you a second to breathe, Jeff. And they just went hurry up into hurry up into hurry up. I don't really know. I mean, you saw sparks of it. I don't think they were really finding something they liked in Charleston's defense. Instead, they were just trying to run them weary. As, I mean, after a while, Charleston, I mean, anyone just running back and forth, having to, follow their man on that. It's going to be hard to cover that run. And eventually it's just paid off for them.
Eventually gave me some time to settle down as Xander Gold under center with Williams in the backfield, throwing it to Williams coming out of the backfield. But he takes a pop from Zachary Bates, who comes down, the free safety coming down there and laying the wood onto Jason Williams.
Yeah, the free safety coming all the way down and just slamming him to the ground. Bates, who normally has about 4.6 tackles a game coming in, and just making a huge play, 2nd and 10. Having to make Fort Worth restart.
Now 2nd down and 10. Gold under center. Handoff to Williams. We saw this before. This was the one that they decided to go hurry up with, and there they'll pick up a gain of 3.
Lucky for you, Jeff, they don't go to hurry up again, or else, I mean, that would just kill your oxygen supply. But instead, 3rd and 7, they pretty much have to throw it unless they really, really, really want to go crazy with Williams today. I'm expecting to see Xander Gold throw.
Yeah, Williams is already at 17 attempts, and Xander Gold only has 5 passing attempts. And Gold under center, full house in the backfield, handoff to Williams as he had the blocking out wide on the left side, but instead he decides to cut it up the middle, and will only be a pickup of 1 on the play, then being wrestled down by Sabolka, who gets the tackle, and it's going to be 4th down and 7.
Yeah, I mean, he could have stretched it out and he would have had a chance. Instead, electing to go down the middle, which was an interesting choice, doesn't work out for them, and instead, Toros have to punt it away.
And you can download Crowd Play. That's our new partner for the 2020 SFL season, and play the game about the game. Follow the action and answer questions for a chance to win a share of the $1,000 prize pool, as the game was already played earlier today. But you can get and download the app and then be ready for next week, as there will be a game next week for the Crowd Play, as you'll get a chance to share of the $1,000 prize pool. Dan, have you gotten a chance to do that yet?
Oh, I have played. It is actually really fun because during those breaks and you don't know what else to do, you're just answering questions about your knowledge of the SFL.
And it turns upfield is Jay Taylor, who gets another reception. 2nd down and 3 upcoming, so pick up a 7.
Yeah, I mean, Fort Worth coming off a 10 play, but only 29 yards leading to a punt. Really couldn't get much going for them. See if Charleston can turn this around instead. I mean, 7 yards off that corner that they've been loving so far.
And so after the 2 field goals, it's been 3 straight punts for both teams. TD Drew throwing it across the middle, and luckily to find the tight end Lyric Da Vinci for his first reception. He goes for the 1st down, and Charleston now up to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, that was pure trust right there with Drew. I mean, Da Vinci ran the route and cut at the perfect time right in front of the ball. I thought the ball was intended for a Toro at first. I got scared, but then Da Vinci cut perfectly, and it worked out for him.
1st down and 10 now. Drew, long drop back, just to fire it underneath to Swearingen, who makes a beautiful juke and gets positive yards out of that. Could be a pickup of 3 on the play.
Jeff, I don't know the last time I saw a 7-step drop into a checkout to your halfback, but we just saw one. I mean, and as you said, it went positive, which is, I think, the biggest surprise out of all of that.
Second down and 7. Swearingen going up the middle with another carry, and E.K. Vincent with the tackle. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 3, now up to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, Toros really, idling around this 4-3 when they're seeing Charleston go into this run. And it's holding them back a bit. No crazy runs out of Swearingen so far. I mean, I got to see at least one breakaway from the Cheetah, but we'll see.
Fort Worth coming in 5th in the SFL in 3rd down percentage allowed, as the pass is going to be complete by Macaro. Turns upfield, Aiden Davis with the tackle, but not before Charleston converts the 3rd down and now goes up to the 44-yard line. But it's been slim pickings for both teams. Now that's 2 of 5 on 3rd down for Charleston.
Yeah, I mean, and that was the perfect turn up right there by Macaro, too. Like, he did a perfect 180, really getting up there.
Hand off to Swearingen, and he's hit and wrestled down in the backfield. E.K. Vincent getting in there with the tackle. And boy, oh boy, that's somebody we talked about it. You need to block E.K. Vincent, and he doesn't. Nobody touches him, and he gets the tackle on Swearingen.
That's what happens, as you just said, Jeff. What happens if you don't pay attention to E.K. Vincent? He comes in like a monster and just low tackles you. A screaming hurricane. I don't know what else to describe him as.
A missile.
I like that.
TD Drew dropping back. Nice pocket awareness, but he's going to throw it. It's going to be in or it's going to be falling incomplete. Excuse me, I got a little carried away. Nacho Sicario with the deflection. Could have been an interception, but it falls off his hands. As surprisingly, Nacho Sicario normally comes up with those.
Yeah, I mean, he has 3 interceptions on the season and had pretty much all the leverage on that ball I think he could ask for in the air, but drops it in the end. Maybe need a bit of stick 'em on the gloves. So Charleston gets a bit lucky, and now they're at 3-10 on their own 43.
Defense for Fort Worth looks like they're going to bring the house. We'll see if they drop out of it, and they do. TD Drew will fire this one to the sideline. Pass is going to be caught by Macaro, but it's not going to be enough for the first down. It's going to be 4th down and 6.
Yeah, as much as you love that corner route, and I've been liking how they've been utilizing it, you can't really use it when you're 10 yards deep from your first down, as there's no corner route I think that exists that will get you a first down in that situation. So, I mean, Charleston has to punt it away now as you see the punting unit come out, as we've just been our 3rd, 4th straight punt in a row?
It's the 4th straight punt for both teams after getting field goals to open the scoring up for both first possessions of the game. And get your player position locked and loaded today through our Discord server in the SFL Minor League, SFL-M. There's more opportunities than ever to be the player you've always wanted to be. Join the Discord community through www.simulationfl.net. The second season of the SFL Minor League starts Friday, October 9th. Coming up right around the corner. Contact Deputy Commissioner Andrew Rastelli on Discord for more information. First down and 10 now for Xander Gold. Got 2 receivers to the top of the formation, went to the bottom as he's going to fire across the middle, but nobody's home and it falls incomplete.
You know, in that situation, I don't even really know who that ball was intended for right there, Jeff. It was kind of just open ground.
Luckily, it wasn't into the hands of a Charleston defender as Xander Gold breathes a sigh of relief. It's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, I mean, really, that's all you can ask for when it comes to a situation like that. It wasn't even a 50-50. It was just who's there.
2nd down and 10. Xander not looking like himself in the game today, but a handoff to Williams trying to go up the middle, but he's going to be wrestled down behind the line as Jack Hoffman, meaning in the backfield, as it's the Jack brothers, Jack Hoffman and Jack Brown, as it was Jack Hoffman getting in there.
Yeah, I mean, and I think, kind of gave him that up to the line of scrimmage at 3rd and 10, as I really thought he was back at least a yard or 2.
3rd down and 10, handoff up the middle to Williams, and that's not going to get enough. That's going to be a pickup of 3 on the play, and it's going to be the 5th straight punt of the game.
Yeah, and I mean, that's all really questioning right there, Jeff. Why are you giving it to your halfback on a 4th and 10, or a 3rd and 10, my bad? Very few situations you walk away with a first down there. Very, very few. And instead, punting it again. 5th straight punt in a row. Just back and forth defensive slog now.
I mean, we knew coming in that the defenses were the brighter spots for both teams as DeLake tries to go outside, but he's going to be wrestled down at the 45. So Drew and the rest of the Charleston offense set up in some good position here, field position-wise, to maybe put some points on the ball on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but if they're going to do it, they have to do it quickly, as we're already at 2 minutes and 7 seconds left in the second quarter. 7 seconds will hit the 2-minute warning. So that's basically a free stoppage. So I would think they'd hand it off to Swearingen right now.
Linebackers moving around for Fort Worth on this 1st down and 10 play. Drew dropping back, throwing it across the middle. Pass is going to be caught by the tight end Taylor, who's going to get close to the 1st down marker. He's going to be 1 yard short, pickup of 9 on the play.
Yeah, and as you see, great turn up the middle, and then we get a stoppage of time because of the 2-minute warning. I mean, they crossed the midline now, so they need a good bit more yards, but with some good throws by TD Drew, I think they could really make it, and quickly.
And that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning, the final 2 minutes of the first half, coming up right after this. After this quick commercial break, you're watching the SFL on YouTube. We'll be back right after this. Now back to the final 2 minutes of the first half. Dan Mitchell, Jeff Melanishin coming to you live from Fort Moultrie Memorial Stadium in Charleston, South Carolina. Swearingen with the carry, breaking out of a tackle. He is still turning his feet, and he'll get past the 40 to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, Swearingen really just leaning forward, letting momentum carry him right there, picking up the first down and then some, really not letting anyone stop him until it was about 3 Toros and enough bulls to bring him down. So we'll have to see as this clock continues to tick, tick, tick down.
1:33 left to go. Drew dropping back. He's going to fire it out to the right. And the pass is going to be caught right there by Simons for a pickup of 4 on the play. Now down to the Fort Worth 35-yard line.
Well, if you were worried about the clock, that was the perfect play to counter it, as that, good out route, pick up a 4 and stop the clock. Minute 30 in the second quarter and the first half remaining. I mean, even if they get within just a comfortable field goal range, as we saw earlier on Amanda Moyer's foot, just picking up another few points would be nice for Charleston.
And they will get the ball to start the second half as well, as the linebackers moving around for Fort Worth yet again, but they drop into coverage as Drew will fire it to Taylor, breaks out of a tackle and gets the first down. Great usage of Jay Taylor as he gets down to the 28-yard line, 3 yards away from the red zone.
Yeah, that was probably the best possible way that play could have gone. Pick up the ball right before the first down yardage, pick up the first down, step out into stop the clock after 5 seconds. Really all you could ask for out of a perfect play setup.
5th play of the drive for Charleston. Drew under center, handoff to Swearingen, and he's going to be met and dropped at the line of scrimmage as E.K. Vincent looks like he was in the vicinity with the tackle, always in the vicinity for the tackle, as well as Horrell.
Yeah, I mean, if Vincent has the radar on, and then you got Catherine Horrell around too, it's just a scary day right now if you're trying to get anywhere near the line in Keith Swearingen's game.
2nd down and 10. Defensive line moving now for Fort Worth. Drew's long step back, pressure in his face, but he throws it to Swearingen out of the backfield. Good safety, good check down there. They will get 3 yards on the play, setting up a 3rd down and 7, and Charleston will take the timeout. They got 1 remaining.
Yeah, great awareness right there by TD Drew. Seeing what was around him and just dumping the ball out to even pick up any gain at all.
And now Charleston with 2 timeouts, not 1. As it's 3rd down and 7. Charleston 2 of 5 on 3rd downs on the night. Macaro and Simons are the receivers out wide, and he'll fire it to Macaro, who cannot turn upfield this time and will get hit by Aiden Davis. And it's going to be 4th down and 2, and we will see Amanda Moyer as Charleston takes their 2nd timeout.
Yeah, great open field tackle too, forcing the timeout out of Charleston. I mean, leaving them with 1 left, 4th and 2. Amanda Moyer out. 29, 30-ish yards, if my math's correct.
Chip shot attempt here for Amanda Moyer. As on the season, she is still perfect, 17 of 17. And the field goal from 36 yards out is through the uprights and good. And Charleston will get the lead for the first time in the night.
Yeah, I mean, picking up that 3 is huge, mostly because they get the ball back, which, just gives them a whole nother chance. But, 47 seconds, Jeff, do you think the Toros could really just make a quick run of it? Deep balls under gold, who knows?
Yeah, that's definitely possible, as that was an 8-play, 38-yard drive, resulting in the Amanda Moyer 36-yard field goal attempt. And I knew they were probably going to turn that one into points because they were set up perfectly with the punt, as it's 2 yards deep, and it's going to be brought out by Curtis trying to get something going. He's past the 20 to the 23. And, we've seen it before in a lot of SFL, Simulation Football League games. It's the last 30 seconds. You just never know what can happen. Jason Williams could break off a tackle or break out a couple of tackles, and he'll be gone down the sidelines. Or Alexander Gold can throw it up to any one of these receivers. He's got weapons, and it's only a matter of time before the coaching staff lets him just unleash on the defense. Bunch formation to the bottom of the formation for Gold. He's going to throw it to Williams, who does an okey-doke and probably should have just ran upfield, but instead will be dropped behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 2.
Yeah, he was hoping, Cade Stevens would come in and screen him a bit so he could pick up a few yards. Never really came for him, so instead gets pushed back too. We haven't seen a single ball to Stephen Hacker all game. Charleston's been covering pretty well, but if he gets that good breakaway and Xander Gold sees it, that could be a touchdown all right there.
2nd down and 12 now from their own 21-yard line. Gold under center. Short drop. Going to look for Williams coming out of the backfield. A nice spin move, but it's not going to do much as the defense was ready for it for Charleston. It's going to be 3rd down and 8 upcoming, and they're not even going to elect to take a timeout here.
Yeah, I guess they don't even want to risk it. Just go into halftime, recalibrate. I mean, it's only 6-3. This is not a crazy lead by any means. Very easy to come back from. Any score will pretty much tie it up at minimum. So,
Yeah,
I mean, happy to go into halftime.
Alexander Gold is 6 of 8, and there goes Jason Williams. He's loose. He does a spin move. He gets enough for the first down, and that is gonna do it for the first half.
I mean, he was one safety breakaway from making it all the way, so maybe that wasn't the worst play in the world, but, I mean, that ends the first half.
Jason Williams looking like I didn't want to say I was going to call it, but luckily Charleston with the tackle, and we've come to halftime here at Fort Moultrie Memorial Stadium in Charleston, South Carolina, with a pretty surprising score line, 6-3. The Predators on top of the Toros. And so as we come into the halftime studio for this one, it's been kind of a defensive battle, and we kind of thought that coming in, but what can these teams do to make some halftime adjustments to the point where, you're seeing Xander Gold take the shots downfield?
I mean, right now, if you just look at the drive summary we have going, Jeff, it started with 2 field goals and then 5 punts in a row into Charleston with their last drive of that half, the field goal. And Fort Worth kind of had something going. They just didn't have the time to work with it. So we got to see what they do. Problem is, Charleston comes back out with the ball. I think Charleston coming out with the ball, I mean, their game plan on offense, avoid E.K. Vincent. He is, going to destroy anything they try to do with Keith Swearingen. So if they stay in the air, they've been loving that quarter out. I think if they, steady themselves on the quarter out, not constantly use it, but use it reliably. I mean, they have plenty of targets. Ken McCarr has been a favorite today for the most part. We've seen him go a lot. He has 66 yards on 8 receptions. Jay Taylor, the tight end, has 34 on 4. I think they've been using him down the middle. I mean, for Fort Worth to come back, I think they just got to get more involved and more diverse. Xander Gold has the arm, throw it around. He has plenty of targets between Kay Stevens, Stephen Hacker, Cameron Curtis, and Robert Garrett Jr. They have the targets, get around. Williams only has 72 yards on 21 attempts. Not terrible, but they've been shutting him down pretty hard.
Yeah, and we haven't even seen Robert Garrett Jr. since that first reception on the first play of the game, it was that first drive of the game where he had that long reception for 28 yards. And then he's been pretty much a non-factor because they've gone to that run game. So will Fort Worth make the adjustment to maybe even utilize the play action? Because you've used Jason Williams a lot. The defense for Charleston is swarming down. Use that play action and go over the top of the defense.
Yeah, that'd be absolutely perfect. They're just stuffing this line, just waiting for him. So I mean, if they're gonna stuff the line, might as well play the line at that point.
And so, start of the second half, Charleston will get the ball. They're up 6-3. It's been a field goal fest for the first half. We'll see if that changes in the second. Drew throwing it underneath. Pass is going to be caught. It looked like it was going to be deflected, but the defender overran it, and Jay Taylor falls into the waiting arms. The ball does, and he gets a gain of 7 up to the 31.
Yeah, I'm surprised how long TD Drew kind of just held into it in the pocket right there. No one was really coming for him, which is not what we've been seeing out of Fort Worth. Maybe they're trying to change up their defensive game plan later on, as we hit this second half. But he was just sitting there for a bit, got to choose his target.
So get down in 3 now. Drew under center. Swearingen offset in the backfield behind TD Drew. And he'll get the handoff. He does a nice spin move, and that buys him some speed, and he will break out of it and get enough for the first down up to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, nice little spin move. Corner Nacho Sicario, though, was kind of waiting for him right there, but he did manage to pick up the first down. You see he gets around. Nacho just bring him down after sweeping around the first block around him. I said around, I think 4 times in that single sentence, but it gets around.
Nacho with the tackle saved probably what would have been a touchdown if he would have broken out of that one, as there was nobody else probably within the vicinity to even get Swearingen. But Drew taking a shot here, the first real true test on the defense, and Maccaro comes up with the reception, and that's a big one. Now down to the Fort Worth 43-yard line.
Yeah, that coming up right there. Deadly 50-50, but TD Drew was trusting it, and Ken Maccaro, and he had all right to do so, as Maccaro with a beautiful jump right in front of Aiden Davis, pulling that down for the first down, and then some, going all the way to Fort Worth 43. First big pass I think we've really seen all tonight.
They're going after Aiden Davis, the corner for Fort Worth, as Macaro now up with 9 receptions on 84 yards. So must have seen something they liked in practice, and now they're taking advantage of it. As Swearingen will get the handoff here, and there's E.K. Vincent with a tackle, but not before Swearingen picks up a gain of 2.
Yeah, I just want to point out that Vincent was firmly on the line, holding off an offensive lineman, and then saw Swearingen pull off to his stretch play and immediately pull down Swearingen. It was a counterclockwise, just instant.
Coming in 5th in the SFL in tackles. He was in the top 3, I believe, a couple weeks ago when I did Fort Worth. As a shot there, there's Nacho coming down with the interception, and Fort Worth will get the momentum back on their side, being tackled on the play by Macaro. But Fort Worth desperately needed a big play, and Nacho comes up with it.
I mean, they played the other corner. They played Aiden Davis, but they aren't playing Nacho Sicario, putting up the 4 interceptions on the season. What a beautiful jump. He read that route better than the offensive player did right there, jumping right in front of his hands. What a beautiful play right there by Nacho Sicario, and what a huge turnaround in momentum for Fort Worth.
They were looking for Jay Taylor, the tight end, but Nacho Sicario had other ideas. And Alexander Gold will go under center on this 1st down and 10 play from their own 34-yard line, and they will get a free play. Alexander Gold, he takes a shot, but it's going to be batted away, and it's going to fall incomplete. As getting the deflection there is Johnny Bravo, but it's going to be a free 5 yards for Fort Worth.
Yeah, that was a good deflection, too, by Johnny Bravo. So, I mean, I'd be mad if I was him looking over at your line and be like, what are you doing, guys? I just did a huge block, and it was all for naught. You guys couldn't wait for a 3 count to go off. But, you know, pick up a 5 all the same for Fort Worth.
And they will get the 5 yards here, and it's going to be a 1st down and 5 when the game resets. As you take a look at Jack Brown, as he has 2 tackles. Kind of a slow night for him compared to what he's used to. Alexander Gold under center, handoff to Williams, and there is Jack Brown with the tackle on Jason Williams.
And as you were saying earlier, Jeff, that would have been the perfect play action call right there. I mean, that whole line was just stacked. They were covering their man right in front. Like, if you pulled a play action right there, I think you could have really gotten away with something.
2nd down upcoming here, 2nd and 4, and a handoff to Williams as he got some good blocks, but Jack Brown with the tackle. It's going to be 3rd down and 1, as it looked like Williams had a free reign for the 1st down, but Jack Brown says no.
Yeah, that was an open field, sideways leaning tackle to bring him down. To even let him get any forward progress by forward momentum right there. This just brings him down sideways.
3rd down and 1. Handoff to Williams. He'll have enough for the 1st down, and being tackled from behind by Jack Brown. But Jason Williams picks up enough for the 1st down and then some inside Charleston territory down to the 48.
Yeah, some beautiful blocking by the linemen down the middle. I mean, that's why you get those quality linemen. You know, you got your guard, Bodacious Tough, down there in the middle. And I mean, that's what you got to do. You got your people in the middle to block for you so your running back can get as far as he possibly can.
Good blocking up front as well from Chris Komisak as well, the fullback for Fort Worth. 3 down linemen now for Charleston on this 1st down and 10 as Alexander Gold takes the snap, throwing it across the middle, but it's going to be batted away by Hoffman. Probably should have had the interception going back the other way, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure 9 out of 10 times that ball was intercepted, but this was the 10th out of 10th time, and Fort Worth Toros stay alive on this drive. Not to get this drive that came from a pick to get picked off. The irony would have been huge.
2nd and 10 now. 2 receivers are down with the formation for Alexander Gold. Jason Williams offset behind Alexander Gold in the backfield. Handoff to Williams going up the middle, but he will get a gain of 2 on the play before he's going to be wrestled down, and the defense coming up big for Charleston.
Yeah, I mean, stopping him basically at the line, let him pick up 2. This line has been very strong for the Predators all night. I mean, you got to give it to Xander Gold now. You got to find some open, go 4 wide. Looks like they're going 4 wide, so they're listening, and then just go get something.
3rd down and 8, bunch set to the top of the formation for Alexander Gold, who drops back 5. He's going to chuck the ball. It's batted up in the air, and it falls incomplete. he had one receiver to 3 Charleston defenders in the area. Normally that doesn't work out well when you're playing the percentages, and it falls incomplete as Johnny Bravo will get the deflection.
Yeah, I mean, he deflected. It looked like the gold jersey almost went for it too, but was brought down the wrong way, and now they have to punt it away.
As the punt is away from Fort Worth, and it's going to hit at the 10. It's going to bounce in it because it's going to go into the end zone. They had a chance, but it falls into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback. Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and replica jerseys are out now. Get your name on the back of your team's or your fan favorites team's jersey, and visit the team stores and libraries for purchase options through sector6apparel.com or through our website at www.simulationfl.net. Just hit the shop button. As it's first down and 10, TD Drew under center. Swearingen in the backfield. Drew dropping back. He's going to fire it to Macaro out on the left side, and it's going to be caught as Macaro adding to just a good night for him, as that's his 10th reception. And it's going to be a pickup of 3.
I didn't realize TD Drew was already at 170 yards. You know, it has not felt like a 170-yard game for TD Drew, Jeff.
No, it hasn't.
When I saw that snap pop up on the bottom of the screen, I was like, really? Really? That was... I mean, good for him. It just does not felt like it, definitely with only 6 score on their board.
And the longest play for him thus far is that 21-yard reception by Ken Macaro, just a drive ago before the interception. As Swearingen will get the throw out of the backfield and pick up a gain of 5 on the play. But the longest play by either team is the 28-yard reception by Robert Garrett Jr. But you got to go all the way back to the very first drive of the game for Fort Worth.
Yeah, that's crazy. This game has been a defensive slog. Both defenses just putting up a stone wall. I mean, 6-3, third quarter, about halfway through it, too. It has just been, both defenses pat themselves on the back.
Drew will have to just fire this one underneath to Swearingen. He didn't see anything he wanted downfield. Give credit to the Toros defense. Could be 4th down and 2, and we're going to see another punt upcoming.
Yeah, let's go over to our drive summary provided by our wonderful stats people in the truck. I mean, we've had just interceptions into a punt, into what is turning this punt. So, I mean, interception to back-to-back punt. I mean, Toros didn't get to do anything with their turnover, so now they get the ball back, and let's see if they can do something with it this time.
The defenses have just come to play in this matchup. When you take a look at the defense for both teams, you got the number 1 passing yards allowed against with 218 for Fort Worth, so they don't allow pretty much anybody to throw on them. Meanwhile, Charleston, they're second, allowing just 228.9 passing yards allowed per game. So you're not throwing on either of these teams, and then more importantly, it doesn't really work in terms of yards allowed per game at all, because Fort Worth is first, only allowing 301 total yards. And then Charleston, they're number 3, allowing 331, and throwing it out deep. And Alexander Gold takes a shot, but this time Johnny Bravo says no as he comes down with the interception. And there it is, Alexander Gold trying to take the shot downfield. But again, playing the percentages, you had 2 Charleston defenders in the vicinity, and Bravo comes down with it.
Yeah, that's a 33.333 repeating right there. And that puts Johnny Bravo up to his 4th interception on the season. I mean, Gold was playing that game a little bit earlier, and you can't keep that playing that game and expect nothing to come out of it.
And now when you thought Fort Worth might get the momentum back, it goes in favor of Charleston, as Swearingen will get the ball underneath, but instead he's going to be destroyed in the backfield by Delaney Nash.
Delaney Nash is coming in and putting the pounding on Swearingen right there. Not let him go anywhere. Push back. 2nd and 12 for the Predators. See if they make out with it. I mean, give it to Swearingen, I think, and then 3rd play pass, but that's just my idea.
2nd down and 12. Drew taking the shotgun snap, going to fire it out to the left, and there's Macaro yet again. He's got his 11th reception, and now up to 96 yards on the contest.
Yeah, I mean, about to break a century and one more solid pass for him right there in this game. I mean, not much else has gone on. He's been definitely the favored receiver right now in Predators. Next one up right there is Jay Taylor, who's 45 yards on 5 receptions. The other two, Lyric Da Vinci, only 1 catch, 7 yards. Buchanan Simons, 24 yards on 4 catches.
I'm surprised they haven't gone to Simons downfield a lot, but there's Swearingen. He's got blocking, and he is loose on the sidelines, being chased and being brought down at the 17. The longest rushing attempt and the longest play for both teams now, and it goes courtesy of Swearingen.
I said it earlier, Jeff. I know I said it probably at the end of the first quarter-ish time. Swearingen's going to get at least 1 breakaway. He's known for it. He has it in him. And that right there, he has good blocks on his line. I mean, it's all he needed. And once he got those feet going, he went up far. And now they're in the red zone of Fort Worth 17. Great run right there by Keith Swearingen.
As Kemakara with his 11 receptions, he now ties a season high. You have to go all the way back to week 2 against Baltimore when he had 11 receptions for 90 yards. As TD Drew will fire this one underneath, and the pass will be caught by Jay Taylor, and he'll pick up 4 yards on the play, getting the ball down to the 12.
Yeah, it really seems like they favor Jay Taylor down this middle. They had him on the other slant to the bottom side of your screen a little bit earlier. That worked out for him, but he got burned again when he came time. Seems like down the middle is really where he's flourishing.
Handoff to Swearingen going up the middle, and he's going to be wrestled down on the play by David Horrell. And now before Swearingen picks up short gain on the play, it's going to be a pickup of 2. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 upcoming.
Yeah, bend not break by the Toros right now would be massive. If they can hold Charleston to a field goal, that'd be a crazy achievement, and I think exactly what the Toros need, because right now the only reason Charleston's really gotten as far as they have is a huge breakaway by Keith Swearingen.
Charleston is 3 of 8 on 3rd down, looking to convert this one. Drew will take a shot, and it's going to be caught on the sidelines by Lyric Da Vinci, and that's going to be enough for the 1st down. 1st down and goal at the 4.
I mean, when they were unsure, when they needed that conversion, they went to the one play that's been pretty much working all game, that quick corner route right there. I mean, they were 2 yards off. Why not? They had the room to throw the corner, so they did. Now they're at 1st and goal on Fort Worth's 4. They could probably just try to walk in unless, maybe a slant down the middle with Lyric Da Vinci.
They will get a free play. Drew to the back of the end zone is batted away, and it falls incomplete. I was hoping they would try that out route like they've been doing all day, working against this Fort Worth defense. But they will get the penalty, and they will move just inches closer to the goal line.
Yeah, they should be right about against it right now. I mean, this is now just a Keith Swearingen walk-in territory down the middle. See what Predators elect to do, and see what formation they come out in too. Really would be interesting.
This would not be good. Fort Worth needs to hold them to a field goal here. Don't want to give up a touchdown this late in the 3rd quarter, because just like that, you look up on the play clock, there's 2:46 left to go in the 3rd quarter. 1st down and goal. Drew under center. Swearingen in the backfield. Buchanan Simons to the bottom of the formation. Macaro to the top. Handoff to Swearingen, and he will waltz into the end zone for a touchdown. You called it. That was a very easy walk-in touchdown in there. Swearingen gets it on the board, the 1st touchdown of the game.
Yeah, I mean, it was just pretty much his territory, just a walk right in. Keith Swearingen had no even, pressure to go against, stretched it out a bit, and had great blocks just to get into that end zone. Charleston goes up 12-13 pending the extra point. So a 10-point difference right now. It's about 2 scores. I mean, there's still plenty of enough time for the Toros to come back, but they'll have to move a bit quicker with a bit more surety than they've been moving all game. But right now the Predators can celebrate with a slightly safer lead.
The 7th rushing touchdown on the season for Keith Swearingen as he came into the game. He came into the game 6th in the SFL in rushing touchdowns with 6, and there adds another one to his name. He's now up to 7. As the extra point attempt from Amanda Moyers through the uprights, and good to extend the lead 13-3. Now a 10-point ball game, as that was an 8-play, 59-yard drive, and it was capped off with the Keith Swearingen rushing touchdown. And Amanda Moyer will get this game reset as the kick is away 2 yards deep in the end zone, and it's going to be brought out by Cameron Curtis, who has a nice hole, breaks out of a tackle. A little bit more agility, and he would have been gone down the sidelines as he gets the ball up to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I was thinking the same exact thing, Jeff. When I saw that whole just little blob open up with Cameron Curtis with the ball still in hand on his feet, I was like, oh no, is this about to happen? I was very excited, but instead they come down 25, not bad starting field position, see if the Toros can move a bit quicker if they have 2:38 in the third.
First down and 10 from their own 25. Alexander Gold will hand it off to Williams, and he'll go up the middle, and he'll pick up a gain of 4 on the play up to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, they're pounding the ground right now, but they're also burning the clock. I mean, if I was them, at least get that field goal. If they get that field goal right now, I mean, they bring it to a much more manageable one-score game, and then they can kind of play at their own pace. But as long as they get that field goal and make this just a one-score game and not a two-score game, I'd feel much better.
Free play here, and a handoff to Williams yet again, but he's going to be wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And it looks like another neutral zone infraction upcoming.
Yeah, I mean, we've been seeing it all day. What is that, the third or fourth one just today? And both teams are just being very, very jumpy at this line. And it can come back to bite you for sure.
26 rushing attempts for Jason Williams for 90 yards on the night so far. And 26 being used heavy and often in this game, as he is now coming up on the most in the season thus far. He stops and starts, and he is still loose, being chased from behind, and he's going to be tackled at the 35-yard line. And Jason Williams can shush the crowd here as he's trying to get the team on his back and ride it into the end zone.
What a stutter stop right there. Oh, wow. Just look at that. He played that defender so well. If he had a bit more speed, he would have been gone. But great job by, I think that was number 57, Tommy Zanardi, the rookie, coming over from Lincoln. That was a huge touchdown-saving tackle for sure.
He okey-doked Josh Reese, who comes in with 92 tackles, second in the SFL. And he made him look silly, and Jason Williams getting a breather here as Alexander Gold will chuck it to the sidelines. And the pass will be caught out there by Steven Hacker for his first reception, as it's going to go for a pickup of 3.
Alexander Gold with a 42-yard game, while TD Drew with a 190-yard game. Not really where I thought these stats would be at by the end of the third quarter, Jeff, but here's where we are.
Second down and 7 from the Charleston 32. Defense moving around for Charleston. Handoff to Williams up the middle, and not going to go anywhere because Tommy Zanardi met Jason Williams in the middle of the hole along with Jack Hoffman.
Yeah, once again, Zanardi bringing down Williams. Now 3rd and 7. I mean, Gold has to throw it. I know he only has 42 yards right now on the day, but there's very little chance, unless with a huge breakaway, that Williams makes this.
Yeah, and who would have thought Alexander Gold would have 42 passing yards in the game? Up to 45, excuse me. As Alexander Gold dropping back from under center, throwing it, and the pass is caught. Garrett Jr. with the reception down to the 6-yard line and being wrestled down by Josh Reese.
Alexander Gold just told us he don't care how many yards he has because he just threw a nice bomb right there. And it worked out perfectly because wide open turnaround right there by Robert Garrett Jr. I really thought he was going to make it a scoring drive, but he was stopped right down. I think he was just dropped by 40. I don't know, actually. I can't claim, but end of the third quarter.
And we are, like my partner Dan Mitchell said, we're at the end of the third quarter as Fort Worth is marching down the field. They're 5 yards away from Pater. And we'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this. Don't go anywhere. This is going to be a good fourth quarter coming up. You're watching the SFL on YouTube. In the start of the fourth quarter, handoff to Williams, who gets works a little Gumby action and gets through the line, and is going to be down at the 2-yard line. Jeff Bellination, Dan Mitchell. We got Tom Rahman and Rochelle Colston in the stats truck doing stats for us tonight, as we appreciate everything that the stats crews do for us. And we are coming to you live from Fort Moultrie Memorial Stadium in Charleston, South Carolina. Charleston on top 13-3 thanks to 13 unanswered points after Fort Worth got 3 points on their very first drive of the game and haven't done much since, as Jason Williams is going to be stopped behind the line. It's going to be second at the 2-yard line, 3rd down and goal upcoming.
Yeah, I mean, while any pointer right now is golden for Fort Worth, a touchdown is extra golden, a minus touch right there. And let's see what they do. 3rd and goal on Charleston's 2.
Hand off to Williams, trying to get into the end zone, but he has to go sideways, and going east and west never works out. You want to go north, and the compass getting messed up for Williams. It's going to be, they're going to say he gained 1 yard, though, but it's going to be 4th down and goal.
And that's rough, because you know you have to take this field goal right now. You have to make it a 1-score game, but you were so close to getting that 2-part to tie up the game, getting the easier one out of the way, or even setting yourself up to put yourself in the lead. But right now, you know, you got to settle the field goal as you're at the 1.
We'll see Taco Sicario as the field goal is a chip shot for him, 18 yards, and it's through the uprights and good. So they inch closer, but when you're down near the goal line, those are the ones you want to punch into the end zone, and Fort Worth is going to be biting them if they come up just shorts in this contest now, 13-6.
Yeah, turnover, I think, is exactly what Fort Worth needs to go for now. I mean, that or a 3 and out. There's still plenty of time left, but you can't let Charleston score.
The kick is away from Taco to get this game reset. It's going to be fielded in the end zone. It's going to be brought out by DeLake. Makes a nice move and will get out to the 24-yard line. And what are you anticipating with 9:21 left to go? What are you anticipating from this drive from Charleston?
If they're playing just classical, logical football right now, a lot of Keith Swearingen. A lot of Keith Swearingen. One good breakaway from him, a lot of burning the clock, even set themselves up. Not maybe in touchdown, but setting themselves up for a field goal just to bring it back out to a 2-score game. Be perfect for the Predators.
Swearingen with 13 attempts. Make this number 14. He's going to be hit. Who else but E.K. Vincent coming down and making the tackle?
It looked like E.K. Vincent just tackled Keith Swearingen. It looked like E.K. Vincent, you know, stuck his foot out a little bit and just tripped him as Swearingen just hit the dirt.
David Horrell, I got my numbers mixed up there, but David Horrell, the middle linebacker, coming down and making the play. Good tackle from him. And it's going to be 2nd down and 10 as Drew will go under center at his own 24. Dropping back, going to fire this one to Simons. He makes the reception, turns upfield. Good awareness from the receiver as Simons, not being used a lot in this game, but he makes the reception, turns it upfield. 1st down for Charleston.
Well, I mean, if they're not going to help to Keith Swearingen just to mix it up, I got to applaud the thought that they're just going to do the corner route that's been working for them all game. This route has burned the Toros all night. I don't think it's not worked really all night, Jeff. I don't think there's been a single time it's been, you know, either they've stepped out of bounds too early or it's been batted down or anything of the such.
Yeah, they've been just dinking and dunking their way with these out routes against the corners for the Fort Worth Toros, whether it be Nacho or whether it be Aiden Davis, as Swearingen breaking out of a couple tackles, and we'll get a gain of 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4 upcoming now up to their own 44-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, making it 2nd and 4, they could probably just hand it off to Swearingen. I mean, once more, there's a decent chance of picking up the 1st down with his track record this game twice, and I'd almost guarantee it, unless Toros have a big stop on him.
Linebackers moving around for Fort Worth. Looking to stop the run, and they will, as Swearingen can only be so lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the Toros had to do. I mean, they know they want to give it to Keith Swearingen. That's all any team would ever want to do. Give it to your halfback when you're just trying to burn the clock and keep it close. So, it's that much easier just to set up your line and put a big stop out.
J.L. Browning getting the tackle on Keith Swearingen on the last play. 3rd down and 4. Taking a shot, and the pass is going to be caught by Simons. The defender tried to break it up, but it falls incomplete. He misses the deflection. Buchanan Simons waiting there for the reception. Great slant route run by him, and it's enough again for a 1st down. And don't look now, but Charleston moving the ball downfield.
I mean, T.G. Drew did a brilliant move, throwing the ball slightly lower, so it just hurts for any defender to really go for it, and that was beautiful way to get it.
1st down and 10 now to the Fort Worth 43-yard line. Drew taking the shotgun snap. He's going to sling it. Almost intercepted by Davis. They've been going after him all game long, it seems like. And there, Drew just undershot it, and Davis had a chance at the interception, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, I mean, Aiden Davis could have had the biggest turnaround this game has seen if he picked off that ball instead it hits the ground. 2nd and 10. Not a bad option, really. I mean, it stops the clock for him, and it keeps Charleston at the Toros 43.
2nd down and 10 now. Drew under center, Swearingen in the backfield. Drew, long step drop. He's going to take a shot, and he's going to find Simons. And Simons is getting hot and loose with the Fort Worth defense. And there, what a beautiful pitch and catch from TD Drew to Buchanan Simons.
I mean, what? Simons had 2, maybe 3 receptions before the 4th quarter, and now they're just back-to-back Simons, and it's working out for him. He's not covered. He's picking up these huge plays, and now, I mean, they're at minimum field goal range. Keep it to Swearingen, keep it low, keep it safe, make it that much harder for the Toros to really do anything about it.
Now down to the 13-yard line. Drew, short drop, throwing it to Simons. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Going back to the well with the out route, and they're coming up with a gain of 4.
I mean, that was a bit of a risky play in my mind, but it's their safest risky play they have. So do it. Keep it. I mean, 2nd and 6 now. If they pass it again, I'll go a little crazy just because I guess Charleston ready to play with their socks off.
2nd down and 6 now from the forward 9-yard line inside the red zone. There goes Swearingen. Oh, he looked like he was going to break out of the tackle, but it's hard when you're tackled by E.K. Vincent. You're not really going to break out of that one. Luckily to pick up short gain there. It's going to be 3rd down and 3.
I mean, that was the Sox back on, keeping it safe with Swearingen, 3rd and 3. I mean, really, they don't need the touchdown, though the touchdown wouldn't set a nail in the coffin, but it would be getting the hammer ready.
Buchanan Simons to the top of the formation. Maccaro to the bottom. Drew taking the shotgun snap. Pockets collapsing. Throws it to the end zone and falls incomplete. Would have been a big turnover for David Horrell, but it falls incomplete. It's going to be 4th down and 3, and they will attempt to tack on some points here with the field goal from Amanda Moyer.
Yeah, don't curse them out there, Jeff. I mean, they almost picked off David Horrell, just almost making the biggest interception, I think, of his career, and he hasn't picked up one yet, so either way would have been the biggest one. But still, biggest one of this game, and see what they can do. If they make this field goal, it's a much harder game right now for the Toros.
And Drew did attempt to try to get try to turn the ball over. He's thrown it to Aiden Davis, and that was almost intercepted, but it falls incomplete after he underthrew Maccaro, who was open. If he would have let him, that would have been a touchdown a couple plays ago. And then with David Horrell coming up, throwing it, again, Drew just probably going to the well too many times and trying to fit it in where probably he shouldn't have. And that one could have been picked off, but instead biting a sigh of relief as they get 3 points and they extend the lead back to 10.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Toros have 5:41 to work with. You know, the biggest thing they can do is a quick touchdown and then a turnover. Or, I mean, even if they can't get a turnover, it depends on their clock. They cannot waste time right now. I mean, you can give it to Williams every once in a while, but maybe once every, 3-4 plays. They got to give it to Gold. They got to rock his arm. They don't have the time to mess around anymore. 10-point deficit with about 6 minutes left is not where you want to be playing. They still have all 3 timeouts, and if they need it, a 2-minute warning. But it's an interesting place to be.
Xander Gold, what can he orchestrate on this drive? It's going to start with a handoff to Jason Williams, trying to go up the middle, but he'll be met by who else but Jack Brown, and it's going to be 2nd down and 10. The last drive from Charleston was an 11-play, 69-yard drive, resulting in a field goal. So that 11-play matches the longest plays of the drive from either team with 11.
Yeah, I mean, down the middle, burning the clock, not what you like to see.
And a full house in the backfield behind Xander Gold, who's under center. Another handoff to Williams, and he's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage, and that is not going to go anywhere, courtesy of Jeff Hollywood.
I mean, that's really what you don't like to see. If it didn't work once, I guess Toros kind of doubled down on that bet because you just saw Williams get thrown back in the backfield, losing a yard. You're now 3rd and 11. The clock's still burning.
Jason Williams with 33 attempts. That is the most this season for him usage-wise, and this is number 34, so they are not going to stop, but instead they are putting themselves into submission with these running plays when they should be throwing it. It's 4th and 11 upcoming with 4:30 left to go in the game.
Yeah, it's always just it feels bad when you're at 3rd and 11. You see someone throw a running play out there. I mean, amazing if it works, but that's a low bet.
Oh, and they will go for it on 4th down, and they will get a free play, and they're going to throw it underneath of Williams, but they'll get 5 yards and attempt another 4th down attempt, as Williams not going anywhere. But again, the defense, we've seen this all throughout this week, that just the encroachment penalties, the neutral zone infractions are really turning themselves around here. I mean, they are really being called here, and got to give credit to Xander Gold.
Yeah, I mean, this would put them up to what, 4 and 6. I mean, they got to go for it. I mean, they had a free play too. I really don't see why they didn't even just try to chuck it deep. Any target, even if it was massively covered, better than chucking it down to Jason Williams. And I don't know. 4th and 6, they got to go for it. Not where you want to be, but see if they can turn it around.
Yeah, closer than what it was just a just a play ago, but they're going to try to run it again off the left side, and the blocking just isn't there, and the Charleston defense is ready for it, and they will get the stop. Jack Hoffman again making a tackle on Jason Williams, and just the play calling here. I don't even think if Fort Worth even has like some big plays in their repertoire, maybe to even try something like this.
I guess not. I'm at a loss for words. They keep trying it again and again. It's just not working, and you have to try something different. You just can't keep. You can't. That's just. It's a shame to see because you're not even seeing any mix up or anything change, and it's just now it's turned over, and Charleston are at Fort Worth 25.
And now getting the ball in the best starting field position, courtesy of the 4th down attempt that failed, and Swearingen trying to go up the right side, but that one's going to be met by Browning, who gets the tackle. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, I mean now they are in beautiful field position, basically starting at field goal range, and but I mean they don't really need to go for it. Just hand the ball off to Keith Swearingen, see what they can burn. I mean the Toros probably have one more chance at the ball, but Charleston most likely will score at least a field goal this drive.
2nd down and 10. And that was another thing with the 4th down. At least punt it away so you're not giving Charleston a field position where it's easy where if they get stopped here, like they possibly could here on 3rd down and 10 upcoming, where no matter what, they're going to get 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, even they get stopped, 3 out and stuff, they still are within field goal range, definitely with Amanda Moyer's leg. So, I mean, it's really, you're putting yourself at a 16-point deficit. Or 13-point, I can do math. 13-point deficit. And 2 quick touchdowns with what? It would be like 2:15 left. That's hard. That's not easy.
Yeah, 2:50 left to go in the 4th quarter here from Charleston, South Carolina. Drew will take another shot at the out route on the left side, caught by Maccaro. So it's going to be 4th and 8 upcoming, but they get up to the 23-yard line, and Maccaro definitely, if he was able to find the end zone, I definitely think he'd be in the player of the game running, but with Swearingen getting the touchdown, I believe it's his to lose.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard thing to do right now. That it's a rough play. Yeah, let's see if Toros can pull anything out right now.
Maccaro up to 97 yards, and Amanda Moyer will tack on 3 points, and it's now a 19-6 ball game. 40-yard field goal from Amanda Moyer just extends the lead just ever so slightly, and now Fort Worth in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, I mean, 13-point lead. I mean, if they score 2 touchdowns, they're in the lead. But that's hard to do. I mean, if they get a huge touchdown on a kick return, that would be massive. Onto an onside, that'd be really cool. That'd be a game to see.
Moyer kicks the ball in the air. It's going to be 2 yards deep, and it's going to be brought out by Cameron Curtis. And he'll be stopped at the 23-yard line. And so they know what they have to do. It's 2:36 left to go. The only thing is, do they have it in them to get down the field and put up 2 touchdowns?
I mean, so far we haven't seen anything in the repertoire at all that's a deep play. I mean, they have a great tight end such as Robert Garrett Jr., but I haven't seen any tight end flies or anything crazy. 1st down and 10. When Xander Gold did take a shot, it was intercepted by Bravo.
And here he will fire it underneath, and good attempt there as he will fire it to the receiver, and it's going to be caught by Chris Armstrong. It's going to be fired underneath, and that is going to be caught on the play by a Hacker, and he'll get hit and decked. It's going to be 2nd down and 7 upcoming. They're going to go hurry up. Alexander Golden, the shotgun formation, split back, takes the snap, pockets clean, and he's going to fire it. Pass is going to be batted away. Receiver should have had it. He was looking for Damon James, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, I mean, he had his hands on it. He jumped with it. It just didn't have it. I don't really know what happened there, but a little bit. The ball was a little wobbly, but I still definitely think you could have gotten your hands on it. And instead, 3rd and 7. See what they deal with it. I mean, 6 seconds to probably play till they get the 2-minute warning. That's a free stoppage of time, and they still have all 3 of their timeouts.
Third down and 7. Alexander Gold under center. The defense for Charleston looking like they're bringing the heat, but they back out of it. Alexander Gold finds the receiver, but it's going to be 4th down and inches. As getting the reception for Fort Worth is Chris Komisak, but if we've come to the 2-minute warning, the final 2 minutes will be coming up right after this quick break. 4th down and inches upcoming. You're watching the SFL on YouTube. Dan Mitchell, Jeff Melanishin coming to you live from Charleston, South Carolina. Rochelle Colston and Tom Rahman doing the stats for us in the stats truck on this 4th down attempt, and they're going to fire it, and the pass is going to be caught by the tight end, Garrett Jr. Hauls in another reception, and they're going to hurry it up here. Komisek and Williams in the backfield, and it's going to be a shot, and there it is. Alexander Gold finds Stephen Hacker, and he goes into the end zone untouched, and just like that, we asked if they could do it, and they did it once. It's now 12-19, pending the extra point to make it 13-19.
First time they throw it deep to Stephen Hacker all game. Touchdown. Who would have guessed? But I think that was a post route deep right there, and that they've had it apparently this entire time, but elect to throw it to Williams, or not throw it to Williams, but to hand it off to Williams at a 4th and 11. But whatever. They score this time, pending the extra point. They'd be 13-19. I mean, it's pretty much onside kick territory, but should be interesting and see what they do. That both teams still have all 3 timeouts. Yeah,
that's the interesting scenario that's going to be at play, as the extra point is through the uprights and good from Sicario. It's now 19-13. Do you, with all 3 timeouts, do you want to kick it deep, play defense, because you have stopped Charleston numerous times, and it looks like they're going to go for the onside here, so they kind of answer the questions that we had for us.
Here it is.
Sicario has the ball on the tee, and he will try this onside kick. There it is. It's away. It bounces, and it's going to be picked up by Charleston. But more importantly, now the defense really needs to buckle down for Fort Worth.
Yeah, I mean, and Fort Worth, they're at Fort Worth's 40. Amanda Moyer has already shown she kicked, a 46-yard field goal earlier. They don't need to get that close just to secure their lead and end this game pretty much. But I expect they're going to keep it on the ground with Keith Swearingen, burn the clock. Fort Worth's going to be forced to burn their timeouts. If they're in out, would probably be Fort Worth's only chance.
But does Charleston throw the ball in the air? Shotgun, and they will throw it to Swearingen coming out of the backfield. He has to stumble, though, as he tried to turn upfield, and he's going to be tackled for a loss of 2 on the play as Fort Worth takes their first timeout of the second half.
Yeah, Fort Worth down 1 timeout, 2nd and 12. See if they can do that again. Maybe, I don't know, just hand it off to Swearingen, even just burning the clock. I mean, a first down would end this game, but a interception could end this game a completely different way.
2nd down and 12 from the Fort Worth 42-yard line. Now TD Drew is under center. Macaro to the bottom of the formation. Simons to the top. It's going to be a handoff to Swearingen going up the middle, but he's going to be met at the line. And that's going to be David Horrell meeting him at the hole, and it's going to be tackled for a pickup of 1 on the play. 3rd down and 11 coming up.
I mean, 3rd and 11, one more stop. I mean, Charleston basically has to punt it away then, unless they're really doing something crazy and have some different ideas than I do. But let's see what they do as they're spread out wide now.
Macaro in the slot. Simons to the top of the formation. Handoff to Swearingen. He's got blocking, and he's going to get enough for the first down. And there it is. Fort Worth had the opportunity, but the blocking from Charleston worked wonders on that play. And Swearingen, boys, will put the nail in the coffin as Fort Worth takes their final timeout.
Yeah, look at that. That was a beautiful play right there by all of Charleston. That was just great blocks, great setup, really even just looking like they had the play action available to them. And just flips it out instead to Swearingen, who picks up 11 yards on a run to seal this game. That is huge. I mean, both defenses playing very well. I'm surprised the score with how well we saw the defenses earlier going reached 13-19.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, if you took the under on this one, you are looking like a genius. 19-13 will be the final score, as we are going to see some knees taken from TD Drew here. But just the upcoming schedule, the remaining games for Fort Worth and Charleston. Fort Worth has to go to Louisiana, then they're at home to close it out with Jacksonville and Portland. Meanwhile, Charleston, they have to go to Portland, then they're home against Florida, then they're at Jacksonville. So a little bit of a not some home cooking for Fort Worth, while Charleston's going to be on the road.
Yep. One more. I thought that was going to be the last knockdown, but it's not. So, but I mean, all the same, the game has ended. Really, I can't get enough of that run at the end, Jeff. That was a beautiful run by Keith Swearingen. I really thought they were going to go to the top, but instead they flipped it out to the bottom and blocking all the way. Charleston walking away, putting them up to 4-5. Playoff scenarios, they're taking the top 11 teams into the playoffs, Jeff. And the number 11 team right now is also 4-5.
So it's just going to, I mean, meanwhile, Fort Worth, they're still going to be in it no matter what at 3-6. Nobody has been eliminated yet, so everybody's still playing for their playoff lives at stake, as even the teams that still haven't played yet that are at the top of the standings can still work their way down the standings as well with a couple of consecutive losses here. As Charleston gets a huge home victory, and they were coming in 1-3, and now they're going to be 2-3 at home. Meanwhile, Fort Worth, they continue their road woes as they are now 1-4 on the road. As we get some of the final stats here in this ball game, but I mean, Dan, just some of the little things that you've seen in this game. I mean, it was, again, very defensive, and Fort Worth, even though it looked like they might have been out of it for that second half, they got back into it with that Stephen Acker, but it was with that 54-yard touchdown, but it was like, where was that all game?
I mean, yeah, both defenses playing pretty much out of their mind tonight. You had people like David Harrell, E.K. Vincent, not just Scary, Delaney Nash, all with 5-6+ tackles alone by themselves. You know, you had the beautiful interception by Nacho Sicario, then Johnny Bravo also with an interception. I mean, both teams really just playing at a really high defensive level. Fort Worth, I think, showed some great shines of brightness on their offense. I mean, you had Xander Gold, only really one big pass to Stephen Hacker, but some smaller ones to Robert Garrett Jr. that worked out just to push them forward. TD Drew really balling out, but it felt like a quiet night at the same time. It was a weird paradox happening. Ended the night with 248 yards on 33 receptions. Ken Macaro, 97 yards on 12 receptions, his favorite target. Ken Simons sparking up at the end, 84 yards, just coming out of nowhere in the fourth quarter. And it's kind of crazy how he just exploded. Keith Swearingen, 101 yards, just really being their dedicated man to get that extra yardage out. And give it up to Amanda Moyer, 4 for 4 on the night. She hit the big 46-yarder early on, first kick of the game. And that was huge. I think this is a set of pace right there for Charleston. Both teams played well. Charleston just playing that much a little bit better on offense and coming out on top.
And we'll get the player of the game, but Jason Williams with 35 rushing attempts. It's going to be Keith Swearingen. I kind of figured it was going to go this way. 20 rushing attempts for 95 yards and 1 touchdown, and added 7 receiving yards, and I have nothing to say about that. I think that was the player of the game in this one. And so that will do it. On behalf of my analyst Dan Mitchell and Rochelle Colston and Tom Rahman doing stats for us, and Commissioner and Executive Producer Cameron Irvine, my name is Jeff Melanishin, and thank you for tuning in to the presentation of the Simulation Football League. remember, we are done for Sunday, but we still got 2 more games coming up. Houston and London kicks off Monday's slate at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and then Louisiana and Jacksonville will close out Week 9 coming up at around 9 o'clock Eastern Time. So for everybody here, have a good night, everybody.